Hey guys, what is up? I'm going to do a review that I've been meaning to do for a long time, but I kind of got backed up on it, and I just decided to wait till this series had ended and wait a little bit after that so I can talk about it without having to worry too much about spoilers and stuff. So I'm going to be doing a review of Uncanny X-Force issues, basically 32 through 35, the final part of Rick Remender's run on Uncanny X-Force. Very sad that it's over. Uh, for those who are just wondering how it ended and if it was good, if I liked it, it's freaking amazing. Highly recommended. You should probably go buy that if you already don't own these. Go buy them. Go buy the entire run. It was all pretty amazing and a great ride from beginning to end. With one misstep, the Otherworld uh, story arc, didn't really enjoy that. Everything else is amazing, and it's really kind of sad to say and think that this is actually over because this is from the beginning has been one of my favorites to read from month to month. One of my favorites to look forward to. So it's sad. We have two new X-Force titles coming out. Neither Cable and X-Force has come out, and even though I've enjoyed it, it's nowhere near as good as this. And Uncanny X-Force is yet to come back, and I don't think I'll enjoy it as much, but who knows? Maybe I will. But to the issues themselves, basic story ending to Rick Remender's run is it's the big battle between the Brotherhood and the Uncanny X-Force. That is basically what's going on. But through that, you really get to see how far Rick Remender has taken these characters emotionally, characters that you don't think as emotional characters. Seeing Deadpool or Psylocke or these characters like Wolverine who are not known for emotional stories, are not known for really showing emotion. They're supposed to be the opposite of that. Seeing them in these really high stakes uh, battles that aren't physical, they're mental and emotional. It's a really cool idea, and it was pulled off very well. From Wolverine and his son, to the Shadow King stuff, to Deadpool and Evan, or just the Kid Apocalypse in general, how he was handled, and basically the whole story being one of redemption, and how revenge can't solve everything, which almost goes against a lot of what Wolverine's character is, which I'm completely in favor for, but for a character that is almost completely made for and built for revenge, it's really cool to see him tell Evan that it can't solve everything. And that may sound kind of stupid and corny, but for a character like that, that every other story that Wolverine is involved with is about revenge and getting back at someone, it's neat and interesting to see one where it's him saying, that doesn't fix everything. Seeing little stuff like how Nightcrawler finally gets to handle the Blob, it's very rewarding for people who have been reading it for a long time, and very rewarding for anyone who's uh, enjoyed these characters. Really, if you weren't reading this, if you were waiting for this to end, you really have to read this. It is one of those few comic book series or comic runs that I really feel kind of transcends just superhero comics and goes for any comics, that it is an incredible comic story, an incredible story from beginning to end. And it's really a great run because the more of it you have read, the more you get out of it. I feel like you can enjoy this if you've only read the Final Execution saga. You can completely enjoy it, but you need to really read the Apocalypse Solution, Dark Angel saga, Otherworld. Read it all to really get what's going on here. That's a really great feeling to have. And then it is also one that actually has a happy ending, which I've heard some negative complaints on how this will be big spoiler stuff here, so if you haven't read the final issue, leave now. Or if you don't care about spoilers, keep watching. But how they end it is they end it with dividing up, basically bringing back Phantom X, but dividing him into his three different brains, which I've heard a lot of positive stuff on, but I've heard a lot of negative stuff on. I'm completely in favor of it. I think it's a cool turn for this character, or now characters, and to have a happy ending with these people is nice for a series that has been full of very, very unhappy moments. It's very nice to see that. Overall, I'll give these final issues combined like 9 out of 10 because they go together very, very well. I can't wait to just if I forget some free time, sit down and read this entire run from beginning to end. Uh, this is really by far the best Rick Remender story I've ever read, and one of the funnest X-Men stories or X-Men related stories, whatever you want to call it, I can think of the past several years. Since I've been reading, some of the Grant Morrison X-Men stuff from early 2000s, around that time, the 90s, whenever that was last, is fun, and some of the Joss Whedon stuff, of course. But I think it all goes up there with just great stories with great characters that you really should read. So that's all I'm gonna say about these issues. Go buy them, go pick it up, go read Uncanny X Force. I will see you guys in another review.